Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, Alex Murdaugh is back in the news today. Apparently he wants a new trial. Most people that get convicted of murder do want a new trial, especially when you make mistakes like testifying on the stand and not being believed. But in this case, he's saying that a clerk behaved poorly or did some mistakes that impacted his trial. One of them was that this clerk instructed the jurors not to be misled by evidence presented by Mr. Murdaugh's defense. Don't be fooled by quote-unquote fooled by Mr. Murdaugh's testimony. Claimed that she had conversations with the foreperson of the jury. Told the jury to watch Murdaugh closely, look at his actions, look at his movements, which that juror understood to mean he was guilty. She pressured the jurors to come to a conclusion of their deliberations quickly, saying that they'd have to go to a hotel that night, and the hotel didn't allow smokers and wasn't allowing the jury smoke breaks during the trial, and that she gave false information about a juror to the judge, which resulted in that juror being removed on the last day of the trial. And Murdaugh's attorney said that was the juror that was going to hang the jury so that he wouldn't have been found guilty. So because of this comedy of errors, they deserve a whole new trial. Do they deserve a whole new trial? I don't know. I don't know what evidence they have to support it. Apparently, a lawyer said 2 jurors came reluctantly to discuss the case with them. But is it hearsay? Did they have actual evidence? Will other jurors refute what these 2 jurors are saying? You know, that's kind of the questions you need to know the answer. So this is really early in that. So I'm going to ask Spirit, all right, what's going on with the Murdaugh trial? With this situation with these 2 alleged jurors citing misconduct on the clerk. The clerk did end up writing a book, and she had worked with Murdaugh before, so she was kind of torn with all that. Okay, what do we have? Central to this reading is justice. Well, okay, yes, I would agree. Honestly, they got the right guy when they got Murdaugh. They got the right guy. Now, was this a miscarriage of justice, or would these jurors still have voted the same way even without any of that stuff? So I think that's the fundamental question. So far, we'll see what happens. Crossing that is the Queen of Pentacles. It's justice, but making sure everything is done fairly on the up and up, and that the rights of the defendant are taken care of. And that's at the crux of this, were his rights violated. Underneath it all is Page of Pentacles. You've got these accusations of new evidence that shows that there's jury misconduct or the jurors were misled, but it's a page. It's not. This is small potatoes compared to everything else. If I were to stop the reading right now, I'd say he's not getting a retrial on this one. In the past, we have the Knight of Cups. What's the situation with this trial? This could be the clerk thought they were being helpful to the jury. I don't mean as a false friend, but I think the clerk sometimes... I've sat on a jury trial, and I'm assuming it's a clerk. Hang on for a second. Let me double... Okay, it is the county clerk. I've been on a jury trial before for a civil case for a medical malpractice. And, the people in the courtroom are very, very helpful to the folks in the jury. I can't think of anything like this happening with it, but, jury members would often ask questions, and we may not get the answers we're looking for, but at the same time, we're also really curious about what the folks in the court are doing, and they're, I'm sure they're wildly curious about our debates, but we were left the heck alone. It was after the case was resolved, we were able to speak a bit more candidly with folks in the courthouse. It was a 3-week trial. Unfortunately, I was starting a new job and I wasn't very busy, so I had the time to do that. It was a great experience for all you people that don't want to do jury trials. I get it. But it was really a fascinating experience. So I have a little bit of background with that. So I could see an instance where the county clerk is trying to be helpful to the jury because it was going to be a long trial. Current situation is the Ace of Swords. was justice served? It's the sword of truth. Was justice served in this case? Did this clerk overstep their job? And if they did it cause the jury to be swayed by that? I think the court will look into it. They will do an investigation. They'll look into the allegations. What's the lesson to be learned? Ace of Pentacles. Health or wealth? A big push. Health push, financial push. Well, I guess what they're looking for is was this a big influence on the jury? If it was a big influence on the jury, they'll redo the court case. If they find it was, not a big influence, in other words, fool's gold, then they're not going to worry about it. But they will get to the truth of the matter. They will do their due diligence. They will look at it to see if it really impacted the trial. And then the Chariot, things move on from there. Okay, but how are we moving on? Underneath it, we have the Page of Pentacles, which I showed you before. There's information, but it's small information, not big information. I think the sentence will continue. His case will not be. Redone. Let me throw a little 4-quarter on that one just to confirm that. Okay. Got another shuffle here, so make sure that the bottom card doesn't stay on the bottom, and all the other cards are mixed up. Now I'm torn on this one. I watched parts of that trial. I listened to parts of that trial, and yeah, they got the right guy. I threw cards on that trial. They got the right guy. Well, it'd be hard to picture him getting a fair trial the second time around. You know what I mean? And I guarantee he wouldn't testify that second time. But he probably would be convicted if he didn't testify either. Will he get a new trial? Spirit? I'll get a yes or no on that one. Let's see if we get any of the same cards that we had in that last throw. I knew this one was coming up. That's why I purposely asked the question, because I knew this card was going to come up. And if I should have told you that reason why I was asking that question, because I expect the Knight of Wands or the Ace of Pentacles. But this was the card I was seeing coming up, and it came up. Trying to hold on to things. There's your clerk. Oh, God. Will he get a new trial? They're going to look at the evidence. They're going to make sure that the evidence didn't bias the rights of anyone. It'll focus on what the clerk did. Did she give out too much information? And more to the point, why she gave out that information. Was she acting recklessly? Or was stuff were people basically asking the question, or she was afraid that if she didn't answer it, it was going to cause more problems. I'm still thinking no on this one, despite that. I'm not convinced. Although this to me would be a yes card. Knight of Wands would be a yes card. What was my question now? Did I ask if you get a new trial, or did I say that? I don't remember what I asked. Damn it! I hate it when I do that. Will his conviction be upheld? We'll ask again. Will his conviction be upheld? This is the problem. I really get into the readings, and the faster I speak and the more I forget, the more likely I'm channeling, because I'm trying to sort of decouple my conscious mind from things, and then I just ramble. And then I forget what the question is. Okay, so what's the question this time? Will his conviction be upheld? Will his conviction be upheld? There's that Page of Pentacles again. Little bits of information. Planning, out in the cold, the Lovers. No, he will not. Not enough information to bring the trial, to bring his conviction down. There's just not enough there to warrant a new trial. They'll think about it, but there's just not enough there to do it. He's not going to get a new trial. His conviction will be upheld. Will his conviction be upheld? They come up with little evidence, but it's not enough to bring it. No. Yeah, no. His conviction is going to be upheld. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to get a new trial. That's my official wobbling position on this one. No new trial for Alex Murdaugh. He gets to stay in prison. He can try something again in 6 months or a year or something like that. Some other way to get out of this. But that Lovers card is probably the two people that came up. It's just for everything that went on and the expense and everything like that, and the time that went into it, and the violation just isn't enough. It isn't enough to warrant a new trial. That's really where I see this going. Okay, so that's my take on it. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for all your likes and comments and shares to feed the YouTube algorithm beast so that my videos make it out to YouTube, to new viewers. And to those new viewers, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this video informative. And go ahead and subscribe. It'd be great to have you along for the ride. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.